Hello and welcome to my podcast, Up Your Total Glow, your podcast for your body, mind, and soul to support, guide, and empower you to uncover your most glowing, healthiest, and feel good version of you. I am super excited that you're here because if you ask me, there's nothing that looks and feels better. In today's episode, I'm speaking with the absolutely brilliant Sylvain Mancuso. Sylvain is a physiotherapist, osteopath, and the director of the Mancuso Clinic. Sylvain's journey into holistic health led him to intertwine mindset, brain health, nutrition, and exercise science into his practice. Realizing the integral connections between mental well-being and physical health, he began advocating for a balanced lifestyle. In this very empowering interview, Sylvain shares with us what inspired his to transition from traditional physiotherapy to a more holistic approach to health and wellness. He explains how he integrated osteopathy, mindset coaching, nutrition, and exercise science into a comprehensive treatment plan for his clients. He shares success stories where his unique approach significantly improved his patients' quality of lives. He addresses chronic pain management and so much more. This is an amazing interview and it is a must listen for you if you are after a well-rounded approach that addresses the body and mind, promoting long-term wellness and resilience. Please enjoy. Here is the amazing Sylvain. Hi, Sylvain. I'm so happy and excited to have you here today. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm good. I think you need to be good to do good, and I'm good.
Oh, so true. I love that. Starting with a bang. Okay, could you please introduce yourself to my audience, to my listeners? Who is Sylvain and what are you truly passionate about?
I'm Sylvain Mancuso. I'm an osteopath in New Brunswick, Canada. I originally come from France my accent, it's really hard to hide. I just give up.
Beautiful, you don't need to hide it.
I will tell you a story about that after. And I come from the east of Paris, did my physiotherapy study in Paris. And because of my professional discovery, I went to I did my osteopathy study in the west of France. And after I decided to move in Canada because new opportunity, big country, and for many reasons, my kids, I really want them to be bilingual and be able to have the double citizenship between France and Canada to help them to go where they want. That's really what, that's the world is their playground. I think it's really what I'm looking for them. And what I like, I think it's I like finding solution in anything I do. I like to find the right things to do at the right time to have good results in my business side or my everyday life as a therapist. And it's really what I like. I like to see how everything fall together. I like the concept for the population and the dynamism of everyone, the same groove all together. I like to see people together and I like to see things working together. It's what I really like.
Beautiful. I love your passion or love that you want your children to really have the world as their playground. It's something that was very important to me too. So my children grew mostly up in Australia, but they also have Swiss citizenship. So I can very much relate already to this. But let's dive a little bit more into your professional side of you, osteopathy. So how did you discover osteopathy? Or asked in a different way, is there a story behind it? Is there something in your personal life why you felt especially drawn to this profession, to study osteopathy?
I will, yeah, I will not begin with a negative word, maybe, but frustration to don't find a way to help people.
Yeah.
When I did my physiotherapy study, I was a good student. I learned all I need to learn and begin my practice. And one of my first patients was a patient with a sciatica pain.
Mm-hmm.
And I opened my book at sciatica in physiotherapy and I tried everything. I was just finishing the school, maybe I don't think 1 month. I was already working, and I begin to try everything I can with this patient. And the feeling I had when I finished my physiotherapy study, I had the feeling that I really be able to help everyone and save the world,
Yeah.
But this patient, I had no result. She was feeling better for 1 day, 2 days, coming back, maybe a week, but the pain was still there. It was not 100% of no pain. And after 6, 7 sessions, I was stuck and said, okay, maybe I missed something. And I talked to the owner of the clinic, and the owner of the clinic was a physiotherapist and an osteopath. And she said, send me the patient and I will see what can I do, and I said, okay, let's do that. And I sent the patient to my colleague, and in only 2 sessions, she fixed the patient. And I said, okay, what did I miss? And, I'm Italian, maybe a little bit machist, how someone else can have better result than me. I don't know, maybe this thing, but I realized that, and she said to me, the root cause of the problem was not the back. She had a bad ankle sprain 2 years ago, and she was limping, and her back was flaring up. Then at the end, the back was just the tip of the iceberg, and I was not really looking about the root cause. And when I said that to her, okay, why did I miss? She said, oh, you didn't miss anything. You did your study, but the modern medicine is looking about the symptom.
Yeah.
Is not looking about the root cause. They are not looking why you have a back pain. You have a back pain, give you some pills, but your posture is maybe not the best one for this patient. Was a bad ankle sprain 2 years ago. And I didn't see that at all. And from that, I decided to go to do some manual therapy because I was not ready to jump in 5-year study again,
Yeah.
And I did two, after a physiotherapy study, go back to 5 years. It's a long thing,
Yes.
But I begin to do some manual therapy. I like that, but it was not enough. I was missing the fascia side and the visceral side and all that. And in the middle of the second year in a manual therapy, I went to see the teacher and said, okay, I know I'm better with my patient, but I'm still missing something. It's okay, if you really miss something, go to do osteo. And I did my osteopathy study from that.
Awesome.
And really understand how the body is working all together, and not just a symptom, and it's the story behind osteopathy for me.
I love it. And there's so much in it that I can relate to. So I started my journey to health at a very young age, and you probably know this. I probably mentioned this to you when I had a brain aneurysm at the age of 15. Yep. And yeah, quite a story. And it filled me with this true passion, how amazing our bodies are. And when I dived into studying about the body, I started with personal training and I loved it. It's fun. It's amazing. You can empower people, but very much similar to what you said, it was all the time about the symptoms and I felt it's like not enough. So I started studying nutrition and I loved it. It's amazing. It's so important what we eat. And the science behind it is fascinating. And yet I felt this is great, but there's something still missing. I'm still missing something. I went deeper into yoga and there was something that I'll never forget. My yoga teacher trainer said, he said, you'll be surprised, but the answer to the issue is most likely not where the pain is or where you're looking at. And that's very much what you said. And then I fell in love with Ayurveda. And Ayurveda for me brought everything together, like the yoga philosophy, the nutrition, yeah, and Ayurveda very much like osteopathy says to look at the root cause. If you are not looking at the root cause, you are potentially creating more imbalance and not truly, yeah, solving the issue, helping the client to truly find harmony within their body, mind, and emotion. So I love that so much. It's so powerful. So tell me more about what clients do you work with? Tell me more about your clinic and also your philosophy behind your personal way of treating people, if that makes sense.
Yeah. When I begin to be an osteopath, I begin to have a good result, but it was still really mechanic side. We were working on fascia and all that. And my personal journey bring me to think about mindset.
Yeah.
And working on my mindset, on my limiting belief, on my old pattern and all that. And I understood then the mind and the body and, the mind-body connection it was a myth a few years ago, but now with the new discovery about epigenetics or the new German medicine from the Dr. Hammer show that there is a relationship between your brain and your physical health.
Yeah.
And me help, work on me thinking about my limiting belief and all that, work on my mindset. I saw a big difference and I said, okay, why I don't use this with my patient? Awesome. But I'm a big believer in everything goes by three. And I was looking, at the pyramid, there was something, okay, we have the mindset, we have the physical health, and the last part is nutrition. But nutrition, I'm seeing that more because we take care of people with chronic pain, back pain, acute pain, and I'm more looking about the inflammation in the body and how we can help inflammation using nutrition, And in the clinic, we have this habit we have chiropractor, massage therapist, and osteopath. It's really on the physical side.
Yeah.
But we understood that the physical side is the posture side too. Your posture is the foundation of your house.
Yeah.
And if your posture is not straight, but I'm not a big believer about stay straight, The good posture is stay straight. Now, the good posture is the ability to change your posture when you want.
Yes.
Don't be stuck in the same position, and we have an online program that we give to the patient. It's a 24 days posture reset to help them to improve their mobility, but at the same time, the strength, it's a melting pot between mobility and strength. That's the physical side. The mindset.
Just interrupt here for a moment because I think this is so beautiful what you just said. Like not just trying to have this super straight posture, but being able to change the way according to what is needed. And I feel this is the true key to living your healthiest, happiest life in all aspects of you, also with the mind. Because if you are just trying to force something all the time, we all know this doesn't work. And if we just, try to have this super clean diet that maybe on paper is perfect for you, we also know something is lacking or missing here. Most likely, you need to add one or the other thing to really help you thrive. So I love what you just said. It's all about this mobility, making it work and adapt to the situation. It's really, really powerful. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Mobility is life, but mobility in the body, but mobility in the brain too, as you say, the ability to not have a straight idea, but be able to say, okay, maybe this person has another way to see it, and be able to change your perception of things. And I think the mobility of the brain is part of the game too. And it's why we push. Yeah, right. And we push a lot on the mindset side with our patient about understanding why chronic pain sometimes is bad vehicle to feed some human needs.
Yeah.
And the last part is nutrition, about inflammation, anti-inflammation diet.
Yeah.
The idea is more informational side. Many people eat, they eat crap. Let's be honest.
Yes.
But I'm a big believer in the 2 mm shift.
Yes.
A small change will do a compound interest on your health.
Yes.
And when we give this information about anti-inflammatory diet, it really make people think, okay, the next time you open your fridge, look about what is in the fridge.
Yeah.
And think about the list we gave you, then say, okay, maybe I was thinking this thing was good for me, but at the end, it's just increasing the inflammation.
Yes.
And I think for any illness is the trigger who is going to push you to be sick is the straw will break the camel back.
Yeah.
But the importance of what we do at the clinic is working on the camel back to say, okay, what was the health of the patient, or what's this everyday habit, then at the end give him to be sick.
Yeah.
And it's really where we are looking with our approach. It's a triad approach about nutrition, mindset, and physical health, where we help patients to be able to give them the right tools. We use an online platform, then, because we don't have the time to educate the patient during the session, because we do manual work.
Yeah.
But we give a lot of knowledge to the patients. Okay, when you come back at home, you will have access to this program. Just think about sleeping habits, everyday habits, diet, posture, set up your workstation. So many things that we support the patient at home, that at the end our work is way easier because the patient is more active in the treatment.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. I love that you empower the client or patient. I think this is, for me, true healing, because for me as well, my goal is always, yes, in the beginning, I walk with you and, I help you to understand and to be able to walk this journey. But the idea always is that in the end, you'll be walking this journey without me, and you never ever need me again, because you just feel so fantastic and you have all your tools, all your knowledge in your own pockets. So I love this. I think this is really true and truly amazing. Another thing you mentioned, what I love is, making really little changes, not overwhelming the client, and also not overwhelming the body, because my philosophy is, if we go full on and all out, yes, we are overwhelming the mind. We're like, oh, this is really hard. This felt so hard. Am I able to do it again? And most likely it's a hard journey. Yeah. But also the body contracts. And when the body contracts, heart is really changed. So my philosophy is always to try and really support the body, the mind, the emotions in a way that there's openness, that there is this fluidity we spoke about in the beginning. Like a little bit of contraction is good, a little bit of contraction is needed for change, but if it's too much, I feel it doesn't do us a true service, or if it comes too quickly, too much.
Yeah, no, it's a good example I give to my patient. I say that at the beginning of the year, you decide to change your diet, go to the gym, talk to people you were not talking, and all that. And in January, the gym is full. I have a hard time to park my car in January, and but in February it's empty.
Yeah.
And it's because people want to change too many things at the same time, and it's overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And the body and the brain is wired to keep us in our comfort zone.
Yeah.
And it's just going to say, you know what, it's too much for me. Let's go back to eat your chips on your couch every evening.
Yeah.
And that's all. And it's why changing too much thing, as you said, it will not give you the result you want on the long run.
Yeah.
It's just the 2-minute shift. I was talking with one of my patients recently, and he said, when you work, you don't do too much things. It's not look like you move a lot of things.
Yeah.
And the guy is a carpenter.
Yeah.
And I said, when a door is making noise and all that, are you breaking the door completely?
Yeah.
Tear that down completely, break the house completely, and try to redo the door? And say no. You just adjust few things, put some piece of wood there, and after you take the door and it's opening with no noise or anything, say right. And say I do the same things. I do a 2-minute shift at the right spot to help you on the long run, and I don't need to change everything, because if I change everything, you are going to flare up. It's going to be worse.
Yeah.
The inflammation is going to grow and you will have more pain. And it's just a 2-minute shift at the right time, at the right place, but on the long run. And I think many people need to understand that they don't need to change everything. They just need to change key points in their everyday life, a little bit of nutrition, a little bit of mindset, a little bit of exercise, and this compound interest on the 3 main key will give them the good result.
Beautiful. I love the analysis you gave. That's really, really empowering and so true. And even if, you want to change more things in your life, one thing at a time goes a long way. And often when we change one thing, let's say the diet, this will have a knock-on effect. So very likely you will already feel very different about your life and have started to change some things. So yeah, I just wanted to, what you said before about diet, the anti-inflammatory diet, absolutely so important in our day and life, where, as you said, there's so much crap and junk food around. And also for me, I feel there is so much horrible misleading marketing on the products, where lots of my clients come to me and in their first session they say, I don't understand what's going on, because actually I'm doing all the right things. So I have to go deeper and ask, okay, what are all the right things? And they truly believe they are, doing the best they can to be healthy and eat healthily. Yet they are eating products that are highly processed, but on the package it says, gluten-free or dairy-free or vegan. And because of this, they believe, oh, what I'm doing for my body is amazing. And yes, for some people, gluten-free can be absolutely amazing. And yes, if you want to live vegan, you can do that in a very healthy way. But just because it says so on a packet doesn't mean it's healthy. And this really drives me crazy. And I find really mean, because you are trying to do something good for your body, yet you are not. So the anti-inflammatory diet is super helpful and effective if you know what you're doing. And also, I still want to say that even in this regime of diet, it is important, or I believe it is important, to completely individualize. Because even there, some people will thrive more on certain things than others, just depending on their individual makeup, on their health history, on their parents' health history. So for me, or where they live, it really depends. Are you living in a hot country, in a cold country? Who are you living with? So I really think it is super important to individualize always. What's your take on that?
I think the best way is to see a nutritionist. The biggest issue we have here in Canada for a long time, they were thinking that dairy product was good for people.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big believer in dairy product. I think we are the only species eating the milk of another species at the adult age. Doesn't make sense. If you look at the organization of the world, or the species, and it's beginning to be better. More nutritionists are aware about the inflammation caused from some food. I think I agree with you about the marketing side.
Yeah.
They have the ability to make you think it's good for you.
Yeah.
And they use the right wording. They know how to hide the bad product in the description of, and using really scientific terms that people often doesn't catch.
Yeah.
I think when we use the anti-inflammatory diet, it's really a awareness. Many people think that taking salmon is good. Yeah, taking wild salmon is good. The farmed one often has more omega-6 than omega-3. Then at the end is going to increase the inflammation, because the balance between omega-3 and omega-6 is really important. Be aware about the type of, I don't say don't eat red meat, just eat grass-fed red meat. Don't go to the store buying big chunk of meat with, you don't know where it's come from, you don't know what they did with it.
Absolutely. And also how often, if you eat it for breakfast, lunch and dinner, maybe that's a little bit too much.
Yeah, right. But I think we really work on the awareness of our client.
Yeah, beautiful.
To be able to understand what they eat. Many people think, I work with a hockey team about concussion, and the first things we do after a concussion is the diet.
Yeah.
No dairy product, no sugar, and no processed food.
Yeah.
And just to reduce the inflammation of the brain. And it's just the ability to teach that to people, to say, okay, I can do everything you want, but if you leave the clinic and go to buy 5 donuts because the session was good, we are not going to be friends. To be honest, don't spend your money on us, because we are not going to be able to help you correctly.
Yeah.
And I think personalized plan is really important. I tried, for me, I tried vegan, I tried many different tea, but because I don't have enough calories in the vegan diet, then I need to change my diet and implement more things. But I think the ability to explain to the patient that it's just awareness, and if you want to have really something for you, go to see a nutritionist. But we are not going to send to any nutritionist. We have some nutritionists that will say, okay, you can go there. This nutritionist is really good, and he will take care of you. But I was reading a study about the financial literacy. Everyone was worried about the financial literacy in North America. Many people doesn't know how to use money, but I think we can be really worried about the nutrition literacy because the industry and the marketing are so strong that people doesn't know enough, and knowledge is power, or potential power, and action is power. But if we need to give them the knowledge to be able to do the right choice and begin look at the sticker on the bottle and say, sorry, I'm not going to buy that, and be able, I think if you can begin to change the mindset of the parents when they are going to do grocery and show to the kids what they buy, it will grow, slowly in the good way. I remember when I was working in Canada, just the beginning, every day at 5 p.m., there was a father coming to buy a pizza for the evening with his son. Every day. I don't know if it was buying the same pizza, but I know it's not good food. And I know that these kids will learn that eating the evening is buying a pizza. And it's really how we need to help people to be more aware and be more conscious about their choice in their everyday. And I think it's why we use nutrition, and we have a generalist plan just to say, okay, just be aware about what you are going to eat is going to change the chemical in your body, and our work will be not as good if you still do eating these things.
Absolutely. And I love that you have this holistic approach and that you include nutrition into your work, because I absolutely agree. It won't work if you keep stirring the inflammation in your body. It's like really frustrating for you because you're doing manually what needs to be done, yet the body can't really use it or readjust if there is this inflammation burning inside of the body. So absolutely. And I myself use the anti-inflammatory diet to heal myself from arthritis. I have the predisposition to arthritis from my mother, and I learn by doing. Yes, I studied all these things, but I also try out things, and there was inflammation in my body, and I followed the anti-inflammatory diet, and absolutely, of course, it works. I did other changes to my life. I also made sure that my cortisol levels aren't running wild through my veins because there was way too much stress. Yes. So how can I manage my stress? What can I change in my life? And it worked for me. So one thing, yes, always awareness is the first step to change. I think without awareness, we are not able to change. So beautifully said. And then I also want to say that, you don't have to be forever on the anti-inflammatory diet if this feels a little bit narrow for you. Like once your body has regained function and is inflammation free, and this is absolutely possible and available for everyone, especially with your amazing guidance, because our bodies are amazing. We have the innate ability to heal, to reset, and to rejuvenate, and I'm not making this shit up. If it wasn't the case, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be talking to you. And I see it every day with my clients, and I believe so are you. And I really want to say this as often as I possibly can, because when I look outside, I see so many people giving up on themselves and falling for the idea that they have to take pills to mask their pain, to mask their issues, and potentially making things worse. I'm not saying they can't take painkillers, but at the same time, trying to regain function, help the body to really reset, rejuvenate from the inside out, because it is possible. Do you agree?
Yeah, no, I agree completely. You know, the basis of osteopathy, at the basis, it was Dr. Andrew Taylor Steele, and he said the body has the ability to heal by himself, and the osteopath is just giving a push.
Yes, absolutely.
Same in Ayurveda. To help the body. And you know, when we are saying pills, there is so many side effects. Sometimes the side effects are worse than the primary effect, and at the end, do you really want to take the pills? You know, and studies show that when you take 3 different pills, they don't know the interaction between the pills.
Yes.
Then at the end, you know, you think that the medication is going to help you, but on the long run, it maybe will do more damage. You know, I remember this study about it was a cholesterol pills called Crestor. It was the name in France, and they were showing on the graph, when people doesn't take Crestor, they have a high risk of heart attack. But when they take the Crestor, the risk was really low. But after 15 years, the 2 curve was inverted. But when they decided to sell this product, they removed the end of the graph.
Of course. And we see this all the time with all the products that they can make money off. And this is also why there is still sugar in every little product, because in the end, it is all about making money. It is capitalism. Sorry if this is not romantic, but this is what I see as a nutrition coach and as an Ayurveda practitioner. Unfortunately, we can't make money out of plants and out of really healthy food. And this is...
And you can't make money on people really healthy.
Exactly, who are really healthy.
Right, because, you know, a cancer patient is $150,000 for the pharmaceutical company. Do you really... I think it's not really politically correct what I'm going to say, but the modern medicine is not looking about keep you healthy. They are going to keep you sick to make money on your back.
Unfortunately, I feel the same.
Yeah. And it's really sad that marketing and all the big companies
are... you know, like, Okay, so I know that you're an expert in chronic pain, in inflammation. So could you give my audience a few simple tips what they could do when they, have chronic pain, don't know what to do anymore? Obviously, we've spoken about the diet. We've spoken about the manipulation with your amazing hands as an osteopath. Is there anything else that you would suggest for them?
As I said, I'm a big believer in mindset.
Yeah.
And I follow the course with Tony Robbins. I'm sure you know this guy. And he's talking about 6 human needs: significance, certainty, love, connection, growth, contribution, certainty, and love. I don't remember. It's fine. And there is 6 human needs. And sometimes chronic pain is a way to feed some human needs.
Yes.
I remember one of my patients came and she had chronic pain, but the test was good. There was no many, the blood test was good, no inflammation in the system, really. And I said, okay, which type of human needs are you feeding when you are in chronic pain?
Yeah.
And she was feeling significance.
Yeah.
Because people were looking at her because she was in pain and all the family was around her. She was feeling love and connection.
Yeah.
Because her husband was more connected to her, or because she was in pain.
Yeah.
And she was feeling certainty.
Yeah.
And when you feed 3 human needs doing the same things, your brain is going to be addicted to. And I say, okay, let's do a simple exercise. You take your human needs, the 6 human needs: love, connection, certainty, uncertainty, growth, contribution, and significance. That's the 6th one.
Yeah.
And you put just a line under each, and you say one side is the bad vehicle, and the other side is the good vehicle. And I think this simple exercise to be aware what your chronic pain is feeding on your mindset side, it's an easy exercise to do.
Yeah.
And for her, I say, okay, how we can find something that is going to feed your significance, your love and connection, and your certainty.
Yeah.
And she did her exercise at home and decided to do date with her kids or her husband to bond again and feed her human needs with the right vehicle. And be aware about the chronic pain can control your life to feed some human needs. It's a simple exercise to do. Just human needs, bad and good vehicle, and it's a really good way to help any people with chronic pain.
I love it. It's so empowering, and 100% agree with you. And yeah, love what you just shared. I think it's so helpful, so empowering, and so true. I could speak to you forever. I love your work. Where can people find you?
We have a website, MancusoClinic.com. We launched an online program now because we have the online program we give to the patient, and now we do a free online evaluation. If people want to reach out to us, they can just book a free online evaluation or contact us at info@MancusoClinic.com, and we will do a free. Our way to work at the clinic is we always do a free evaluation at the beginning. Awesome. Because we want to be sure that we are the right clinic for you.
Yeah.
And 2, we want to tailor-made your treatment really for you. We have chiro, massage, osteo, and it's really a teamwork. Then we all work together at the beginning to have the best result on the long run. And we have incredible results with this approach. But if people want to reach out to us, just MancusoClinic.com, send us an email or book directly. We have online consultation too, then they can do, and it's free of charge. If we can't help them, we will be honest. And if we can, we'll do our best to help them. And it's how we work now.
And I have no doubt that you have amazing results, because when we truly listen to what the body is telling us, yeah, we can empower and heal. So that is beautiful and amazing. I will, of course, put all of this in the show notes. You have given us so much wisdom and insights, but do you have 3 golden nuggets, just 3 quick things that my audience can remember when, they think of you and this interview?
I think the first one is going to be about mindset.
Yeah.
The only limitation is your mind.
Yeah.
The only things really stop you, it's your mind. I can give you a story about a patient. She was saying one day, I can't do anything. And I say, are you sure you can't do anything? She say, yeah, I can't run. I can't play with my kid. And it's okay, but did you drive to come here? And she say, yeah. Did you walk from the car to come here? She say, yeah. Now, are you sure you can't do anything?
Mm.
And she say, yeah, I can do something. Say, okay, next time, just park your car to parking spot away and walk a little bit, Yeah. And I think the first one is have a can-do attitude will help you in every field of your life.
Yes.
In business or personal life, have a can-do attitude. The second one is going to be about exercise. If you can't do 30 minutes, do at least 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm a big believer in stacking habits.
Yeah.
And be able to, when your coffee is pouring, you have the time to do some squats or some jumping jack, or and you don't need to add sometimes 30 minutes of exercise, but you can integrate 30 minutes exercise in your everyday life.
Yeah.
Like waiting for your bus, or I don't know, or running in the stair and not walking, not taking the elevator. And it's stacking habits to be able to do your workout during the day. You don't need to go. If you don't have the time to go to the gym, you have a lot of time. Watching your hockey game. In Canada, it's playoff time now. You don't need to sit down on your couch. You can just do some squat and walk and jump, and I think
absolutely.
And that's for the physical side. And the last one, 3 nuggets. I think if we can talk about nutrition, don't run in the supermarket. Take your time to choose the right product. I know the time is, it's limited, and often we take the first things and throw that in the cart. But take your time to do your grocery, to have the time to do the right choice, and create a life around cooking. Then, connect with your family. I think it's the same thing than mindset. Be able to feed your mind with good energy when you cook, and all that will change your everyday life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And what came to mind when you said, take your time in the supermarket to actually increase your time that you will have here
on Earth.
Amazing. Absolutely beautiful, empowering golden nuggets. Thank you so much for reaching out and for making sure we can have this beautiful, empowering interview. I know my audience will love it. Thank you so much, Sylvain, for making our world a healthier, happier place. You are amazing, and I'm a fan.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Take care. If you love and enjoy my podcast, then please help me to spread health everywhere. And you can do so by sharing this episode with just one other person. if you know someone who would really benefit from this episode, then please share it. I know that you are here to live your best life and feel absolutely amazing in your precious body, your brilliant mind, and your boundless soul. So what are you still waiting for? Please make sure you do. I believe in you. In fact, I'm your biggest cheerleader. Keep glowing. Much love.